Hey, what is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be doing an Invincible tier list of Invincible characters from the animated series. There will be no comic spoilers in this, but I will be keeping the comics in mind when ranking these characters. Strictly for this video, though, it is based off the TV show, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Let me just clarify, this is on the TV show for what we have seen from these characters so far. So first we're starting off with Machine Head. Machine Head is a C tier character in my opinion because he does not have much screen time, and unfortunately he probably won't be getting any more screen time in the future. But he was a good villain in a great episode of the show. Brought in Battle Beast, he brought in all those villains. Mark got his ass beat by them all, but Mark still won that fight. We'll get to that later. Next up, we have Monster Girl. I don't like Monster Girl's character. I'm going to give her a D. She is not a good character in the show. She's very annoying. She gets mad at Robot for trying to help her with her disease. Yes, we're going to call it that, which is that she transforms into the monster and becomes younger. And yeah, that's a problem, and Robot needs to fix it, and she gets mad at him for no reason. Like, literally, don't get mad at him. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just trying to help you. So what is your problem? Next up, we got Shrinking Ray. Shrinking Ray is also a D tier character. She is just absolutely nothing in this show. I don't know why she was kept alive in season 2, episode 5. She should have died there, but she will be in season 3 apparently. She has absolutely nothing to offer for the show and in the comics. So I don't know why she's alive in the show still, but she is a D tier character. She's not terrible, but she offers like absolutely nothing to the show. Next up, we have Amber. Amber's an F tier character. She's more of a villain than Omni-Man in the show. She breaks up with Mark at the end of season 1 for absolutely no reason. Mark literally saves her life, and she gets mad at him because he hasn't been telling her that he's a hero. Like, come on, he is saving lives. Anyways, next up we got Damien Darkblood. Damien Darkblood is a C, or no, we're going to put him in C. He's good in the show. He was barely even in the comics. He's in the show quite a bit for some reason. They made him actually good in the show. In the comics, he's an F tier character. He's an absolute joke. But in the show, he's a C tier character. He actually does pretty good at like helping out Debbie figure out that Omni-Man killed the Guardians. Pretty good character in the show. But later on in the show, you will eventually forget about him because of how many seasons there will be, and he will only be in season 1. So he'll probably go down after this. Anyways, next up we got Adam Eve. Adam Eve in the show is an A tier character. While I can tell you from the comics, she is an S tier character. In the show, at the end of the season 1, she is telling Mark that he was wrong for not telling Amber that he's invincible. But actually, no, Mark was totally in the right there. Mark Grayson, my boy, might as well throw him in S tier. He is my favorite character of all time. He does absolutely nothing wrong. He wins every single fight. Yes, every single fight. In the fight with Omni-Man, Omni-Man had to fly away because he couldn't win. He technically forfeit that fight. In the fight with Anissa, she flew away because he didn't forfeit. She did. She ran away. Invincible is the best character. Mark Grayson, my boy, he is peak fiction. He's the definition of peak, okay? You cannot tell me that Invincible is not the best character ever made. Like, literally, what is wrong with him? He does absolutely nothing wrong. He stands on business. He doesn't give a shit about Viltrum. And he just stands on business, okay? What more do I have to say? Sums it all up right there. Let's get next to Robot. Next up is Robot. Robot is I really don't like Robot, but in the show so far, he's not terrible. He's really not. He's done nothing wrong in the show yet, but he could be a little bit annoying, especially with Monster Girl. I don't really particularly like her. I don't like Robot much either, but he is a B tier character because, you know, he adds a lot to the plot. Like in Season 2, Episode 5, for example, he is the main reason why they win against the Psychoids. And next up, we have Mauler Twins. They are probably a C tier character, in my opinion. We're going to put them at the top of C tier, though, because they actually do offer a lot to the plot. in terms of getting Robot his new body and getting Angstrom Levy to become the main villain of season 2. So, Muller twins, overall, pretty good. Can be annoying sometimes, can be funny sometimes. So, they're right in the middle. Or should I put them in B? I don't know. They're in between C and B. Let's just put it like that. Donald up next. Donald is a good character. He is a B tier character, in my opinion. I really liked him in season 1 for some reason, although he didn't offer that much. It's probably because I really like Cecil too, and he's like the second man to Cecil. And I just thought that it was really cool at the end of season 1 how he sacrificed himself to try and beat Omni-Man. An amazing sacrifice. That's before I read the comics. Then I read the comics and realized that he is actually going to be alive. And in season 2, they do explore that and do a good job with that storyline so far. And next up, we have Black Samson. Black Samson, I don't really like him very much, but we're going to throw him up here in the B tier. I mean C tier. This is C. He's not a terrible character. He's also not a very good character, honestly, because he doesn't really offer too much to the story. He's just a Guardian of the Globe, okay? Like, the Guardians don't really offer that much. Like, what has Black Samson done that's significant? Like, in the comics, he does a lot more things that are, like, actually significant to the story, but not in the show so far. He's kind of just there. So is Shrinking Ray, but at least Black Samson has lines in the show. Shrinking Ray has, like, 2 lines in the entire show. All right, next up we have Battle Beast. Battle Beast is a top of B character. Only being in 1 episode, he's already at the top of B. In the comics, he will be higher than that. But he shows up, beats all the Guardians of the Globe, and then says, "This is pathetic. I need someone better to fight." How can you say that's a bad character? He is awesome. He is one of the most powerful characters in the show that we've seen. So, throwing him at the top of B tier is no mistake. Next up, we have Art. This guy, he is an OG. He's an old timer for sure. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to cheer up Debbie. Debbie's my goat, by the way. We'll get to Debbie here in a bit. Actually, where is Debbie? Debbie's way down here. We're gonna move her up. We're gonna talk about Debbie next because we're talking about Art. Art makes the costumes for everyone in the show. If you guys don't know this, by the way, this show is absolutely amazing, okay? Like, literally, I like all these characters. Even the one in F tier here. I still like her, even when she's on the screen. I mean, I still like the show, even when she's on screen, sorry. But anyways, back to Art. Not Art the Clown. We're talking about Art from Invincible. He makes all the costumes. He cheers up Mark Grayson, my boy up here. He talks to him about how to save the relationship with Amber, and Mark unfortunately doesn't do that. There are spoilers for the show if you haven't learned this by now, but not the comics. We're not going to be talking about the comics. Just a tiny bit about the comics. In the comics, this guy's like barely even in the comics, honestly, but he's way better in the show. Honestly, let's say like I think that I like the show better than the comics. All these characters are probably better in the show than in the comics, especially Debbie. We're going to get to Debbie next. Debbie is an S tier character, okay? Debbie is a very complicated character, too. In the comics, she is not very good, okay? But in the show, she's actually a loving mother to Mark, a loving husband. I mean, not husband. A loving wife to Nolan, because he's the husband. And in the show, they actually like delve into how she's affected by Nolan when he goes off and does all these things, like kills half of Chicago. In the comics, yeah, sure, they explore it a little bit, but in the show, there's like a whole plot line about it. And we actually get to see like how she feels about it. In the show, Debbie is actually a great character because we see how she finds out what Nolan has become, what he is. She finds out like why he murdered the Guardians. We get to see her reaction to all that, and it really just hits you on a personal, emotional level. Unlike in the comics where Nolan just does what he does, and there's like no dramatic reveal at all to Debbie or anything. Debbie in the show is an amazing character. Debbie in the comics is a mid-tier character. She's not very good in the comics, unfortunately. Next up, we have Omni-Man. Omni-Man is also an S tier character. He is going to be ahead of Debbie, though. Honestly, I don't know if I should put Battle Beast in A. I'm not sure. We'll change this around. We'll finalize it later. But Omni-Man is an amazing character because in season 1, he has everyone fooled for 20 years. 20 years. That's a long ass time, okay? He murders he murders the Avengers. He murders the Justice League, okay? This guy does not mess around. And then he calls Debbie a pet. Like, who does that, bro? He stands on business more than Mark sometimes. But Mark, he does not fuck with that shit. He does not. Mark is, even after he's about to kill him, Mark is like, you, Dad, I'd still have you. Mark stands on business more, honestly. I don't even know, bro. But, like, Omni-Man is a great character in the show. He is. With his redemption arc, he actually feels bad. You can tell. And yeah, maybe he shouldn't have went off and got with that bug lady, Andressa, as we all know. Is Andressa on this list? Andressa's not on this list. What the heck? That's messed up. Anyways, maybe he shouldn't have gotten with the bug lady, but he did. He's still an S tier character in my opinion. He's amazing. Next up we have Titan. Titan's gonna go right in front of his buddy Machine Head. Not buddies, I'm just kidding. They're not actually buddies, but they're in the same episode, and Titan does work for Machine Head, and they'll both be in the show like the same amount, honestly. So they're just gonna go to C tier together like that. Immortal is next. I'm gonna throw Immortal. We've seen season 2 now fully. We'll throw him in in A tier. The Immortal is an A tier because he doesn't trust Invincible and he learns to trust him. He also is very important to the plot. He's the leader of the Guardians. He comes back at the end of season 1 to fight Omni-Man and then dies, and that shows that to Mark that Omni-Man's actually not a good person because he just murdered like their Superman technically, but also like not their Superman because Omni-Man is their Superman. He murders one of the main heroes on the planet, okay? Anyways, he's pretty important to the plot, and he's also a well-rounded character with Kate and everything. He's got some things going for him there. All right, next up we have... Wait, I feel like this is wrong, actually. Because I kind of like Donald and Art more than Immortal. But I also... Okay, we're going to throw Immortal way down here. Oh, gosh, this is a tough list because all these characters are so good. We're just going to throw Alan up to A. A for Alan. Alan is a great character so far, and he will be a great character throughout the show. I'm sure of that, you guys. He's a very dynamic character. We haven't seen that yet in the show, but so far Alan hasn't done anything too significant. He's met with Mark, and he's with Omni-Man in jail right now. And he also met with Mark to talk about the books. He hasn't done much in the show yet, but he will eventually. Next up, we have Cecil. Cecil is my second favorite character in the show. I don't know why, honestly. He's just so good. He's so nice to everyone. He's just an overall good guy. Like, at the end of season 1, he helps Mark and Debbie with their financial struggles. He helps them cover up the fact that Omni-Man was Nolan Grayson. He just does whatever he can to help protect the planet, and I respect it. He is an amazing character. One of the main reasons why I like the show, along with the other 3 in the S tier. Kate is... We're going to put her at C because of what she does in Season 2. In Season 2, she falls in love with the Immortal, and she actually has some sort of depth there. We're going to put her right there. That sounds reasonable. Next up, we got to start doing these quicker. Next up, we have Darkwing. Darkwing is one of the original Guardians who dies at the beginning. we don't really see much of him, so we'll throw him in D. And same thing with Aquarius. Honestly, we'll just throw them in F. We'll throw them in F because they really don't do much for the story besides get murdered in the first episode. All right, next up we have Rick. This is William's boyfriend. Rick is definitely a D tier. Actually, in season 2, he has a good plot line with Donald. He is about to jump off the roof, but Donald saves him. So we'll throw him in C for that. We'll throw him in C for that. And that he realizes that he's a robot, and it's sad. And I kind of like that aspect of it. So we'll throw him at the bottom of C. Next up, we got Doc Seismic. Doc Seismic hasn't done too much so far, but wink, wink. Never mind. That's spoilers. All right, next up, we have William. William is a bitch. He's rude to Mark for no reason. Like in season 2, episode 2, he's like, Mark won't even take me flying anymore. William. Mark just almost got killed by his dad and was used as a rag doll to destroy half of Chicago. Why would Mark take you flying? He's trying to save the world every single day. Why would he take you flying? Just have Eve take you flying if you really want to fly that bad. Like, come on. All right, now we got this guy. I hate this guy, but he's probably, I mean, not probably. He is meant to be hated. He is a, like, why is there 2 Mahler twins in here? We'll throw them both together. This guy is meant to be hated. That's why he's an F. He's a bitch to Eve. Eve didn't really do nothing, but he's just so mean for absolutely no reason. All right, next up we got Red Rush. We're just gonna throw all of the original Guardians in F tier because they do not do much for the storyline at all, and I just don't really care for them. But you know, they honestly shouldn't be on this list anyways. We should have characters like Andressa. She was in the fucking show more than the original Guardians. Green Ghost, she's also an F. This guy, I don't even know his name. We'll throw him in F too. But he is a character that pops up throughout the show. He's just one of those villain of the week type characters, you know. He's just meant to be beaten up by Invincible every week or so, you know. But anyways, here's D.A. Sinclair. I actually do like this guy. So far, I really liked him when he was in episode 6. So we'll put him right here. Moving on to Bulletproof here. Bulletproof has done not much so far, so we'll throw him at the bottom of D with characters like Monster Girl and Shrinking Ray. He really hasn't added much to the plot line yet, and he's not very likable. He hasn't really done anything. Alright guys, I just recorded like 10 minutes of me talking about the rest of the characters, and it wouldn't save to my photos, so I have to redo it. But this is how the tier list ended up, so let's talk about who we have where and why. So I put Rex at the bottom of A up here, because he is a well-rounded character. Very charismatic, very funny, adds a lot to the storyline, actually is a guardian of the globe that gets dialogue, unlike Shrinking Ray. And Monster Girl, she's just annoying, guys. I know that she gets a lot of dialogue, I just don't like her at all, okay? But anyways, Rex gets development at the end of Season 2, and he is an overall GOAT at the end of Season 2. Completely wipes out the Lizard League, single-handedly, by the way. Actually, well, Shrinking Ray does take down one of them, I guess, but we'll forget about that. Rex absolutely destroys the Lizard League. Anyways, another character that we had to rank was Anissa. She's at the top of C because she actually does make an impact on the show. She makes Amber and Mark break up, which is absolutely fantastic. Fuck you, Amber. We do not like Amber on this channel, you guys. If you like Amber, then you can leave my channel. And yeah, that's just a fact, not an opinion. So comment down below about how badly you're hurt at my opinion. I mean my facts that I'm spewing. These are facts. This is the right list, you guys. I'm just kidding. But anyways, another character that we have here that we ranked tonight, or this will be out tomorrow morning, or tomorrow, whenever I post this. I'm not too sure. But another character that we ranked was Kill Cannon here. He's in the D tier character system because he actually makes Adam Eve develop, and he actually has some dialogue in the show. Unlike all these other Villain of the Weeks down here, I'm just going to explain very lightly that I put these guys all down here in the F tier because they don't add much to the story. They're just there to get beat up by Invincible. And Kill Cannon actually develops Adam Eve's character by making her realize that her powers don't make her a hero, they make her dangerous, because Adam Eve gets a little too cocky on the bridge there. But anyways, the dad is wrong about that. Adam Eve's powers do make her a hero. She's an excellent character. Fuck Adam Eve's dad. I hate her. I mean, him. I hate him. Anyways, we ranked Adam Eve's mom. She's at the bottom of D tier. She is one tier above the dad because she actually doesn't hate her own daughter, surprisingly, even though Adam Eve is not actually related to them. But she is taken in by them either way, so she is their daughter. But she gives Adam Eve this sandwich in the Adam Eve special. It looks fucking disgusting. So she is at the bottom of D. Just kidding. That's not the only reason why. But anyways, that sandwich that she was giving her in the Adam Eve special was absolutely diabolical. Who the fuck would give her that? I feel so bad for my girl Eve up here. Rest her soul if she ate that thing, bro. Good thing she changed it into a cheeseburger. Anyways, who else do we have to talk about here? Who else did I rank here? General Krieg. He is at the bottom of C because he slaps Mark, and I don't really like that. Just kidding, you guys. I just don't really care for him. He's a mid-tier character, and Thetis too. They're like barely in the show, so we're gonna stick them in the middle for now. I do know what happens later on. Yes, I have read the comics, you guys. Okay. Anyways, tell me your thoughts on this tier list. And was there anything that I missed? I think I missed her. She's like barely in the show. I don't know why she's a general in the show. In the comics, she's like a, we'll not get into that actually. If you read the comics, you know. But in the show, she's completely different. Really don't care for her that much. So this is my tier list so far. Hopefully this actually saves the photos and I don't have to do this again. But anyways, like, comment, tell me what you think of my tier list. I mean, my fact list. This is an opinion. This is facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. Anyways, like, dislike, comment, don't comment, subscribe, unsubscribe. Do whatever you want. If you actually made it to the end of this video, then thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you that actually watches the videos. And I hope that you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. And thank you so much for watching my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. This video did take me quite a while to make. As you can tell, it's quite a long one. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. I hope that you guys like Invincible. And I'm very excited for Season 3. I will make a Season 3 trailer reaction coming on Saturday. Saturday is when the Season 3 trailer comes out. I'm very, very excited for it. I will be making a reaction. And I'll see you guys on Saturday with the trailer reaction for Invincible. There will probably be a video out in between that. But for now, this is what I have to upload. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.